everyone, my name is Maria. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I want to follow up on my previous videos where I'm talking about sort of this whole process of coming to Germany to study your master's program. So today I want to focus on the topic of actually selecting what the university is that you want to study in and which program you decide to take. So in my case, I discovered my university actually through the DAAD, so the Deutsche Akademische Ausländerdienst. That's in English, the German Academic Exchange Service. They actually came to my university back when I was studying my bachelor's in Venezuela. I think I was in the 4th or the 5th semester of my career. And they did sort of a conference and a big event explaining of how Germany is really a land of opportunities and all the opportunities there are to study your master's program, and even being some free tuition or low tuition programs as well. So to me, that sort of sparked my interest in looking to study in Germany and actually search for universities and different engineering programs here. So I remember in the conference they referred to this huge database that they have online where it's basically a catalog of all of the universities and programs that you can study for in Germany, including those with no tuition, so the public state funded programs, as well as the private ones. So really it's just this huge database where all of the programs are. So today I wanted to actually show you what that database looks like and how you can use it to sort of search for university or a program that adapts the best to you. So instead of just me talking directly to the camera, I thought I would go on my laptop and show you guys how I use this website to find the program that best adapted to my situation. So let's get to it. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you guys and walk you through what the website looks like. So if you just go onto Google and you just type DAAD Germany Masters, so international programs. Yeah, so obviously there's this warning due to coronavirus. In the meantime, yeah, making plans is not so easy, but yeah, we can talk about that at another time. But basically this is the DAAD website. You can see you have all your international programs here for the current study year, 2019-2020.
Quick side note, I know that the current academic year is not 2019-2020, but the reason for this is that I filmed this video back in June of 2020.
And you can see 2,074 programs available. So definitely loads of opportunities there. So I'll just walk you through what I did when I used this to sort of filter and get my large list of all the programs that I wanted to apply to. So if you go here, you can see you can actually just go directly to choose your program and type in here the name of the program if you want to. But you can just start filtering by course type. So I would go for master's degree, for example. You have also here bachelor's, PhD as well, language course, other type of courses, but we're going to be focusing on master's degree this time. So then you have your course language. When I was applying only to the English only programs, but obviously if you have any level of German knowledge, then that's definitely a big plus as well, because you can also apply to the German programs. And then you can go to field of study and you can see you have all of the sort of big areas of studies that you want to go into. And here, actually don't limit yourself to, for example, if you studied engineering, that you need to study a master's as well in engineering. You can branch out into other areas as well. Obviously, having an engineering background gives you, for example, quantitative skills, so numerical skills, and that would allow you to apply, for example, in economics programs or mathematics programs, as an example. As well, you could also use any sort of work experience that you have, so any sort of internship or work experience that you had after your studies. If it was completely different to what you studied in your bachelor's, for example, you could use that to your advantage and branch out to that area of studies as well, if that's what you want to focus on. So yeah, don't limit yourself to only one area of study, because most of the time these programs are somewhat open to accepting applicants from other fields of studies or with other backgrounds. So yeah, for our example, let's just go at the moment to engineering, and you can click search, and then here is where you have all of the results of your search within the website. And then on the left here are the 3 filters that we applied, and then you can apply additional filters. So for example, the location, if that's an important factor for you. In my case, it was at the time, because I was applying to programs not alone, but with my husband as well. So it was really important for us that we had to study to be able to live in the same city. So that we applied these filters after we did sort of our initial search. we did see by city which programs could be available for us. But as a first sort of search into what programs are available, I wouldn't mark it. I think for the first moment when you're first starting to search for master's programs in university, I wouldn't put that as like a barrier to my choices, because pretty much overall Germany, there's a lot of good university opportunities. Then when you have the type of institution, actually when we were applying, I did not know the difference between university and University of Applied Sciences. We just applied to everything, anything and everything that we saw here. So I would leave that open as well. But later I understood the difference, and actually a university is more of an academic or research oriented institution where people can study bachelor's, master's, and afterwards their PhD, and if they want to really pursue an academic career. And a University of Applied Sciences is more, they prepare you for a more technical career and really to get directly into the job market afterwards. So not so intense on the academic side and not very focused on research as an institution. But both options are really good. If you graduate from either one of them, you have very good opportunities of finding a job in Germany or even elsewhere for that matter. So then you can click on advanced search, and then you have these additional filters which are very interesting and very important, mostly because of this one here, so tuition fees. So I know that one of the big flagships and really amazing opportunity of studying in Germany is being able to study at a university, really quality education with very low or even no tuition fees. So that's something that we can definitely find out here. So you have the option of no fees, up to 500 euro fee per semester, and then up to 5,000 or even up to 10,000 euros per semester. So one important thing to note here is that no fees doesn't mean that you're not paying anything per semester for your studies. It just means that the university isn't charging an additional tuition for you to be able to study the program. It can mean that even if you don't have a fee, you still have to make the so-called semester contribution. In our case at RWTH Aachen University, my husband studied a public funded program, and it was also technically no fee, but he did still have to pay a semester contribution. So this semester contribution is really basically for directly supporting activities in the university, such as social institutions, so important here is that when you see no fees, it doesn't always mean that you're not going to pay anything for your studies. It just means that the university isn't charging you for a university tuition. So they're not charging you anything in addition for you to be able to study there. But it can be that you still have to pay the so-called semester contribution, which was actually our case at RWTH Aachen University. So this semester contribution, it's still very affordable and yeah, in my eyes, very cheap. It's almost around 300 euros per semester, so for the 6 months. And this also includes a semester ticket, which is your transfer ticket, and it allows you to and it also includes a semester ticket or a transport ticket, and it also includes a semester ticket or a transport ticket, which allows you to travel within a determined region near your university. So in our case in Aachen, we could travel even throughout the whole state of North Rhine-Westphalia with only this semester contribution of 300 euros. So super affordable and yeah, very, very so yeah, super affordable and really such a So yeah, really super affordable, and it's such a good deal. You only pay 300 euros for 6 months to get a top quality education, and on top of that you get a transportation ticket. So yeah, definitely important to consider. And then you have all of these other sort of range of semester cost or tuition cost. So you have up to 500 euro per semester, 5,000, and then up to 10,000. So these two here, so the 5,000 and the 10,000, And then you have, of course, the higher ranks, so charging up to 500 euro, 5,000 or 10,000 euro per semester. So these are mostly the private funded universities or the private funded programs. So since they're not subsidized by the state of Germany, they have to charge you for tuition. So yeah, definitely costlier than the no fee or the up to 500 euro fee per semester. I mentioned as well in a previous video that actually when you're applying at the beginning, to not really get spooked by these such high tuition costs, because most of the time it doesn't cost you anything to apply to them. You can apply online and submit all of your documentation via digital. And even if when you get admitted, you're then able to apply to scholarships. So even scholarship programs within the same university or outside of the university. But to apply to these scholarships, you of course need to have an admission letter on hand. So yeah, don't take these out of your radar, so to say. Sure, focus on the no fees or the low tuition programs, which is of course what we're all aiming for, to not pay that much for our studies. But definitely keep these on the table as well, because you never know what life can offer you and what sort of good scholarship programs there are out there. And then you have these additional filters. So for example, when you want to start your study programs, so either over the summer semester or the winter semester, trimester and quartal. This as well I wouldn't consider so important within your search. But what I've found is that most study programs started during the winter semester. So not that many started during the summer semester. And during the summer semester, I think you also have the disadvantage that there are some subjects that are only offered in one of both semesters, and most of the time they start during the winter semester. So for example, if you have, I don't know, Calculus 1 and 2, during the summer semester, mostly the Calculus 2 program is offered. So yeah, I think most of the time the programs are starting in the winter semester. But again, not something that I would consider when you're searching for masters. Then you have as well the duration. What I saw is that mostly in master's programs, they were around the 2-year mark in Germany. That's the most common thing that I saw. I also found some MBA programs that were a bit shorter, so up to 1 year. But yeah, mostly the 1 or 2 year mark. And the 3 and 4 year mark, I think, would be more headed towards PhD studies. And then again, preparation for study groups and preparation for degree programs, not something that I would consider if you're searching for a master's at the moment. So in our case, I would just apply the filter of no fees, and let's see what pops up. So you can see here on the top, you have 181 results for your criteria. So here you can see the criteria that you established: master's degree programs in engineering area, English only programs, and no fees. Oh, one important thing that I didn't mention is that when you're filtering over English only programs, you're very likely to be asked for a certificate of your language requirements for English. So you would need to provide your IELTS or your TOEFL results based on each particular university. But in my experience, I saw that most of the time they asked for IELTS around a 6.5 level as a minimum overall of the parts of the IELTS test, and then in individual parts of the test, a minimum of 6.0 or around 5.5. So yeah, then you have here below all of the master's programs that fit to the specifications that you entered in the fields, and then you can click on each individual tab. You have a little summary here of the results, and then you have an additional tab where you can open up and see further details of that program. And what's really good is that you can see also what are the requirements to be able to study this program. So what are the general academic admission requirements, language requirements, application deadlines. So definitely all important information that you'll have to consider when you're searching for your programs. So there you go, guys. That's a short demo that I wanted to do to show you what the DAAD website looks like. And if you're thinking of coming to Germany to study your master's, I would definitely recommend using it as a starting point. So I'll go into this in another video to cover more of the personal organization aspects of the application process. But basically what I did is that I used this DAAD database to sort of funnel down all the opportunities that are available and all of the master's programs to a final list of universities which I wanted to apply to sort of make the application process and my personal organization a bit easier when I'm applying to all of the universities. So yeah, I invite you to just go on the website, play around with the different filters, see which programs adapt better to your particular situation and your wants and needs, and get motivated into applying. I know that the first time that I went on the website and clicked around and saw all of these amazing opportunities, I was so impressed, and it was really eye-opening to me, especially with the low tuition and the free tuition master's programs. It definitely motivated me into applying and to get the ball rolling to all of these applications. So I really hope that this video was helpful for you. If you're thinking of applying or already in the process of applying to masters in Germany, let me know in the comments if you have any further questions or topics that you'd like for me to cover in further videos. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned for further videos. Have a nice day.